My name is Linda Liu, and this is Raina Pierce, and our project is Touching the Face of God. This is mission control, ready for launch. The temperature is 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and we have been cleared for takeoff by the ice crews. Now there's a slight wind shear reading this morning, but the engineers assure me that we have nothing to worry about. Lucky us. Hope you guys have your blankets up there, because it's gonna get cold. We're at T-minus 1 minute and counting, so buckle up.
Hey, Techie. I heard some talk the other day, and, well, this is probably a little late, but, is the shuttle okay? I heard whispers something's supposed to fail, but it's not safe to send something like this into space so many times. Something about O-rings?
Miss McAuliffe, there's absolutely nothing to worry about. That shuttle has been gone over with a fine-tooth comb by the best engineers NASA has to offer. Everything on that shuttle has been tested over and over again. And everything, including the O-rings, has passed strict NASA safety regulations. Challenger has been given the unconditional green light. We're at T-minus 30 seconds. Look, Crista, it's going to be fine. You're about to be the first civilian into space. You're going to change history. Think of all those children watching this launch in their classrooms. You're going to do great. We're at T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Wow, this is just like the simulations.
Mach 1 and counting. Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
We are all stunned by the events that are taking place. We know that the Challenger mission, titled STS-51L, launched at 11:38 a.m. on January 28, 1986. And 73 seconds later, an explosion occurred, destroying both the shuttle and the fuel tank. We are all deeply saddened by the loss of the crew, and are working jointly with the government to get to the bottom of this. This nation needs answers, and we will find them at all costs.
Yes, sir. We had all the NASA engineers compiled, sir, and they watched the film of the launch. Yes, sir. The first time through, one of them said it started either from the SRB or the external tank. But the second time through, someone said, we have a burn-through. Yes, sir, I know what that means. It's the O-rings.
Chuck Stroke, please call 809. Chuck Stroke, please call 809.
We are sorry to announce at this time that we have no new information for the public. Now, NASA engineers and government officials have been working around the clock to try to find conclusive answers as to the cause of the Challenger 51L explosion. Had the shrapnel been in better condition, there may have been a better chance of rebuilding the events that took place. However, we are working solely off of the secondary data from mission control and first-hand footage of the accident. Now, results so far are inconclusive, and we are sorry to say that we are skeptical that that will change.
We cannot stand for this. Information has been leaked to the New York Times saying that the government knew of the failing O-rings and decided to ignore this. This is outrageous. Engineers warned NASA months before the accident, saying that the O-rings weren't suitable for launch. But NASA chose to ignore these findings. Why? Because of the government. If the government had to try to push NASA and militarize it, then none of this would have happened. It is Reagan's fault that this has happened. Had he and other top managers at the White House not downplayed major shuttle safety issues, that shuttle never would have flown, and 7 people wouldn't be dead.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, for meeting with me today. Now, the topic at hand is that of unofficially released information that was leaked to the public. This information states that NASA ignored and had forewarning from multiple sources and engineers that the O-rings would fail. This is not the case. This mission has been like no other before it. It was to be the first mission where a civilian would be allowed up into space. Now the public became so enthralled with this idea that we have been pushed perpetually forward by the nation.
You're blaming this on the media? What are you talking about?
We have been under so much pressure from the media that we pushed the launch dates forward.
What are you talking about? The launch date got pushed back again and again.
Had Crista McAuliffe not been on board, this may not have happened.
What? You're blaming this on me? How could you do that? I devoted my life to public service, and this is what you give me? I asked you about the O-rings. I asked you. And you told me there was nothing to worry about, that I was going to change history. Well, I am changing history, and not in a way anyone would have expected. I don't think it's fair of you to color me in this light. You have your reports. They were written 6 months before the accident. And I quote, "There is little question that SEAL failure during launch would be catastrophic." Is the death of 7 crew members and the traumatization of a nation catastrophic enough? Is it?
No, that's wrong. Crista was a fantastic person who had her life yanked away from her by the mistakes of others. It's our fault that the crew died. And the worst part is, we knew. We knew there was a problem with the O-rings, but it was overlooked. There was always push it forward and move things on, get the mission off the ground. Well, it made it off the ground. It made it 73 seconds into the ozone, and that's the turning point that no one should have ever had to see. We are now a nation traumatized and crippled, but nobody wants to talk about it. Well, it's time we had the truth. The truth must be heard.
Hey, what are you still doing here? It's almost 9. Shouldn't you be getting some rest? Discovery launch is tomorrow.
I was just doing some last-minute checking.
You still on that? You need to chill out. What happened to Challenger was just a freak accident. Nothing bad's gonna happen tomorrow.
But that's just it. It wasn't a freak accident. I mean, we all knew that there was a problem with those O-rings, but we let it launch anyway. Maybe if NASA hadn't been so darn obsessed with their schedule, they'd listen to us.
Well, at least they've tried to change. They added that new Office of Safety and Reliability and Quality Assurance with that new assistant administrator, George Martin. And he reports directly back to administrators about it.
But it's still not enough. I mean, what if there's some problem that none of us have seen? What if we've all missed something? What if Discovery launches tomorrow and it explodes in the sky or breaks apart in the atmosphere?
Whoa. Relax. Nothing bad is going to happen tomorrow. Discovery's not going to burn up in the atmosphere, explode on launch. Everything's going to be fine. We've done everything we can to make sure that it's safe. Nothing bad's going to happen tomorrow. Now, come on. Gotta get some rest before the big day.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm probably just worrying over nothing. Discovery will be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for meeting with me today. Now, as you all saw this morning, we have a wonderful reason to celebrate. This morning, the Discovery Shuttle launched without a problem. This return to flight mission for NASA, its 26th Space Shuttle mission, is a fantastic sign for the future. Now, we will always remember the crew members of STS-51L. Their lives have not been lost in vain. Their legend is one of new safety regulations and a safer job for astronauts everywhere. Thank you.
Hold on.